Hey guys, what's going on? Anders here with another video. This time we're going to be talking about the upcoming content for BDO in the next year or so. They had a conference, a BDO showcase as they called it, to talk about the new graphics and the new audio rework they've done in the remastered version. This is just basically going to be an update to BDO itself to get better graphics and better audio, as well as they gave us some looks at what we may be seeing down the line pretty soon in some regards, and maybe next year in some other content. Now, to get started, they did do a new audio rework. They had the first half of the conference was basically just talking about it and giving us some samples at what we can expect of the new audio. Soundtracks have been remastered, as well as NPC dialogue and ambient sound. It's what you heard from the beginning. That's basically what the game is going to be looking like and going to be sounding like after the patch hits in a couple of weeks. Sounds great from what we got to listen to, and Black Desert Mobile actually has had some of these tracks and graphics for a while, so it's nice to see that we're getting them finally implemented into the game on the PC side. Seems like alongside the cinematic audio rework, we're also getting a story rework that we're talking about. They've done up to Calphian storyline and are working on the Media and Valencia stories, which is what we may have seen from the trailer for the console version, where there is Elezra present and there seems to be some sort of story going on there, which is really interesting because we never actually got to see Elezra in the Medea storyline. So if they're revamping it, we might actually have a story which, you know, we can actually talk about if you're into lore and that kind of stuff. Now, graphics optimizations and God raids, as well as a slew of improvements that are making the game look just absolutely amazing. A ton of stuff. They did emphasize optimization, which is a big thing. I'm not sure if the pop-in issue is going to go away. I doubt it, to be honest, but having played the game for so long, I don't even really notice it anymore. But I know it's a big deal breaker for a lot of people looking to play BDO. We'll see in a couple weeks if the pop-ins are still really bad, and hopefully they're not. They did say that cloth physics are being worked on, so, you know, I thought they were fine, but it seems like they wanted to make some costumes that had capes, for example, look a little bit better, which is cool. It seems like clipping is still going to be an issue though, but the added cloth physics should allow for more elaborate costume design space in the future. The new UI looks absolutely amazing. It's the revamped console UI we've seen from the latest console dev diaries. The fact that this DK is level 65 is also really interesting. Could be telling us to expect a level soft cap increase soon. I've been saying that's probably going to happen for a long time now. Maybe by the time the new region comes out, we'll have a higher soft cap for levels. I'm all for that. It looks great. The UI looks amazing, and the font change is really good too, so maybe we won't have to actually change the font ourselves when the font that they have in general is just not very good. Black Spirit Rage changes as well. You can now use rage at percentage intervals, with each interval giving you a different buff or effect, like more AP or more CC and damage. Seems interesting, and they are emphasizing a sort of tactical approach to using your Black Spirit Rage, not just blowing someone up with a 100% wizard ult. You know, it's I guess more interesting, more liberal use of the Black Spirit Rage, since we kind of get it pretty frequently now after the second set of changes to the Black Spirit Rage. Early grind zones are also getting harder. The devs feel that the game is too easy for new players right now, so they want to make monsters more of a challenge in the early game to give players a sense of progress. The average new player spends a couple days in the early zones, at worst a week. So it's not really a bad idea to make the zones more memorable and interesting by making them harder. It definitely harkens back to when BDO first came out. It was not very easy to go through the beginning zones, and now it's just a cakewalk. It's pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. It's definitely something for more beginner or a newer player starting out. I mentioned a new region. The new region is Ordilita, releasing sometime next year. Ordilita is an Ahib-controlled part of what used to be Camisylvia. The Ahib, if you've never even read a quest in Camisylvia, they're a radical Vidir sect that chose to embrace the darkness that threatened Camisylvia in the past, and you meet their leader through the Camisylvia questline. It's pretty cool stuff. They're pretty cool looking, and it seems like this region is going to be very dark. They mentioned that nighttime will be longer in this region, and they also mentioned the Colossal Forest will be a party grind zone, much like Gyphon is at the moment, but it differs from Gyphon by what seems like there's going to be a focus on single larger monsters, which should be cool. They don't really do well with balancing harder single monsters being worthwhile, so we'll see if they learn from that and see what this area looks like. They said they expect this new region to release sometime next year, so we don't really know when. Maybe springtime seems pretty good, or maybe later into the summer. A new T9, Dream Horse, Doom, the final horse that was actually teased over a year ago, is finally coming with Ordilita. So yeah, we don't know exactly when, but probably next spring is my safe guess there. Doom is going to have strong offensive abilities with a focus on combat. So basically you'll be able to use attacks with it. Seems cool, looks cool. So hopefully if you haven't gotten your Dream Horse yet, maybe you want to hold off until Doom comes out and then try for that one rather than Dyna or Ardonaut, the Unicorn, and the Pegasus. And as we knew from leaks, new class Male Ranger has officially been confirmed. The leaks were real as usual. It's set to release this winter in Korea and God knows when for the rest of us, unfortunately. Dark Knight released in winter for Korea and we didn't get it until, I want to say, it was probably April or March later that year. It seems like we're probably going to have to wait 4 to 5 months, if we're lucky 3 months, but it's a ways away. Next year for us, unfortunately, as a Ranger main who thought Ranger was going to be a Ranger Awakening and was sorely disappointed. You won't be disappointed with Male Ranger. He uses a crossbow and he seems to use a great bow for his Awakening according to the leaks, so that's pretty cool. His secondary weapon is actually not even a dagger, so he doesn't share anything with the Ranger. He's using magic gloves as a brand new gear item and secondary weapon for the Male Ranger. Seems cool. We'll see what he's like in action. We'll probably see more videos in the coming months. And yeah, as usual, we're going to have to wait a while if we're not playing in Korea. Maybe if the test server is still a thing and you've been able to get in, you might be able to test out Male Ranger before he comes out in your region. They did mention that Male Ranger is going to have slower attack speed than current Ranger, but more than likely better because, you know, more damage. Also, how can you not be better than the current state of Ranger at the moment? It's not that hard. There's also going to be a hunting revamp with sniper mode used for hunting animals with sensitive hearing like deer. Your hunting skill will affect your aim in sniper mode, and the amount of damage you deal will depend on where you hit the animal. You can potentially one-shot if you have the skills, and currently it's live on global servers, so I'll test it out for you guys and let you know how it plays out. They also briefly mentioned a character management system where you can send your alts to gather and collect resources, much like workers. They didn't really go into it. Seems like they have the concept in mind, but they haven't figured out how they want to implement it. And finally, they talked about a marketplace revamp, which is huge. It seems like it's also a UI change for the marketplace. They're leaning towards a more free market economy, not completely free as some other games have, but with a new trade system that will allow you to set a price within range of the item you wish to sell or buy. Seems like they're developing a mobile app as well that will allow you to buy and sell remotely. That's kind of cool. No word on when we can expect the marketplace feature to get implemented, but more than likely we'll see the marketplace revamp late next year. But it looks promising, to be honest. It's good that they're looking into the marketplace as they mentioned it's a problem at the moment. They didn't really go into too much detail as to why, but we all know why. And it's good that they're trying to do something about it. The fact that there's also a mobile application coming with it, that's interesting. The fact that you can list and buy things remotely, that's great. Because the one thing I absolutely hate about the marketplace is that you just have to sit your ass down and wait to bid on things and lose, because that's how it goes. You're going to lose a lot. So it's essentially wasting your time when you can be out doing other things or, living your life. Well, now you can just go on your mobile app, bid, keep talking to your friends or whatever, and then check your bid later to see if it went through. Or if what they're saying is true, you just set a price that you want to buy the item at, and whenever it sells at that price, you buy it instantly. I'm not sure how that's going to work if multiple people are setting the same price to buy. But again, we don't know yet. Seems cool. I just hope they get it right, to be honest. And that's pretty much it for the upcoming content for the next year and more. They did say that some of these things are coming soon, like the hunting revamp is on the live servers already. The UI system is coming soon, and the graphics reworks and audio reworks, that's coming in like a couple of weeks to all global servers. So that's really great. But I do have to say, take a couple of these things with a grain of salt. They may not be fully implemented, because last time I made an upcoming content video that was based on the information we had from April of last year, where they had a sort of future of BDO conference as well. And in that, we were told that we were going to get 2 new professions. Climbing skill never happened, and I don't think is ever happening. They never mentioned it again. and pottery or art as a profession, where you can draw or make things and then sell them on the marketplace for money. That sounded really cool, but they never really went through with that. Also, the Airship transportation system has finally, after over a year when it was first announced and never saying anything, has been finally placed into the Korean servers as a test run to see how they do. You can't actually board them yet, but hey, they're finally here. We can finally use airships, hopefully soon. But man, it took a while. So some of these things we may not be getting anytime soon, and some of these things we're obviously getting very soon. So cool that they're letting us know what is coming, but kind of like the One Punch Man Season 2 announcement, it's probably going to be a while. That's it for me, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, the usual stuff. You can find me over on Twitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.